Okay, so what I've got is a 2010 Ford Fusion, and this is the front of the car, so this is the front here. Two transmission cooler lines that are clearly rotting away, and they're leaking a tiny bit. I can notice in my driveway just a drop or two when I come home. So looks like what we're going to do is try to repair these. So first thing would be to take off these here, which I forget the size, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a whole bunch of them, maybe 10, 12 of those things. Then we've got these little clips here, and then hopefully this whole piece will come down, and I don't have much room because it's right here on my back. So this whole piece should come down. And what I have is a 6F35 transmission on this 4-cylinder 2010 Ford Fusion. There is an alternate, I don't know, A21 I think transmission, and the lines I believe are different. I'm not really sure, but so that's the first thing to do is take this shield off and get a little bit better look. And just to show you what it looks like from the top, one of those lines is this one right here. So difficult because there's wires in here, but this one right here. And the other line is down here. That one. So there's that one, and then this one. Those are the two that are on the bottom, which if I can get my light down there, you can see. No, you can't see, they're underneath the fan, and it won't focus. But then on the other side is these two rubber hoses that are all covered in oil. So they're right there, and they run along the bottom where I just was. Then they come up, and it's that one and this one. And those little screws I was telling you about are 7mm. And now I'm going to take off those little clips and show you what's going on. I apologize for being so close, but I don't have much of a choice. But to get these little clips off, what I did was took two flat screwdrivers and coming at them like this, both sides, and then the middle part, which looks like this, should then pop out, and then you can just pull that out. So, I mean, you might break them, but anyway, that's how they come out. Okay, so hopefully this is a little bit better picture with the cover removed. So you got the two lines here that are obviously corroded, especially around these clips right there. And it's fairly decent starting about here, and then it's, once it rounds the corner over here, it's sort of okay. It's hard to see where the leak actually might be, but these lines, if you replace them, they're 75, 80 bucks, something like that, and it includes this rubber piece, which the lighting is hard to see, but goes past this metal connector here, and then joins back up into there. Can't really see it because of the lighting. And then on the other side, it goes all the way up to the top where I showed before. So they're fairly long pieces, and there's a part number here, at least on mine. And again, when I looked online, the pieces that looked just like what I have said it's for the other transmission. So I don't know if online is just wrong, because I know in my car it's a 6F35 transmission. So I don't know, maybe the lines are identical and they just only list one, but that's what it looks like. And yep, so we'll see what the next step is. Okay, here's that sticker with the OEM part number on it, and mine was AE5P-7R081-AC, and went online, I found some car dealers that were selling the parts, and they were anywhere between about $60 and $75. Generally, the more expensive the part, the cheaper the shipping was, and vice versa. But I did find a dealer near me who was selling it for $75, and there was some sort of $20 discount that I got, so and then free shipping. So with tax, it'll be like 60 bucks for actual OEM parts. not a bad deal, considering the aftermarket parts at AutoZone are like 50, and I think Rock Auto is like, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks. So they're all about the same price. So I might as well go OEM. So that'll be coming in next couple days. Okay, so to get these lines off, it's probably metric, but I don't have a metric box end wrench that'll fit it, so 5/8 will do the trick. So I'll just put that one right there, 5/8. Spray a little bit of PB Blaster on there if you want. Mine's pretty clear. And then the one on the bottom, what you have to do is the light. The only way I found to get enough clearance on it is to come way back here, and there it is right there, and to come in from the side of it, because from the top you won't have any clearance, and then from the bottom you won't really have much clearance either. I'm trying to do it blindfolded here. Okay, so there's the wrench. I'm only be able to turn a tiny bit at a time, but if you can see my hand, it's off to the side of the radiator, and there's a little keyway just to the side of where the lines are. Now obviously cutting this line off, you could just cut the line off, put a box end wrench, get it over with, but when you put it back on, you're not going to be able to do that, of course. So the lighting is bad. But anyway, come in from the side, and then you'll be able to turn just enough to get the wrench to make it come loose. You're not going to be able to really see what you're doing very well, but there you go. Just put the wrench in there, turn it a little bit, because yeah, like I said, when you put the new one on there, unless you have some sort of line wrench tool that I don't have, you're going to have to get that on there tight without being able to put, this end over it, or a box end wrench, or a socket, because you're not going to be able to cut that off. But taking it off, yeah, you can just saw it off and get it off pretty easily. And then over here, these plastic connectors, I'm going to have to go up here for that. What I did on this one was I just took a screwdriver and pushed down right here. It's not going to focus exactly, but push down here, and then the thing should just pop off in your hand like that. So it was on there like this, and I pushed right here with a flat edge screwdriver, just gently, not to pierce anything. And there's two of them, so there's the other one. Should be able to get that. And then to get these off is one of those little line tools, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, on this piece, this is the new piece here, and I wanted to film taking this all off, the old one, but kind of difficult, so I'll show you the new piece. So I had to buy this tool, which was about 10 bucks. It says here, for Ford and Cadillac vehicles, transmission oil cooler line, 1/2 inch, that's the part you'll need, the 1/2 inch side. And so if you can picture this being on the car, the line goes into here, right? So what you gotta do is pull this off as much as you can, and then you're gonna put this around the line. It's gonna go in there, and you'll hear a little snap. You'll hear that here, but I don't think you'll hear it when you're doing it. And then just kind of pull with, not a whole lot of force, but enough force, and it should release. It's not as smooth as like click and come out. You're gonna have to pull this out, put that around it, maybe push this in a little bit, and then sort of push the whole thing out. You'll get it. It comes off faster than you might expect, so a whole bunch spilled on me when I did it. But you'll need this part. I have those little plastic pieces for fuel lines, but they didn't work because it has to be this small lip in order to get into there. This is about how much spilled out. Well, probably twice this amount spilled out. A whole bunch got on me and the floor, but it's not a whole lot. Maybe it's half a cup. Not really sure, but that's about how much came out that I was able to catch. So twice that much, including what's on the floor. The other thing is when you get the old one off, which takes a little bit of doing, but there's these little rubber gaskets on both ends. Make sure that they're not stuck into the radiator. You don't want to have two gaskets in there. One of mine fell out on the floor, the other one I don't know where it went, but I looked into the female part of it and they're not in there. So just make sure that these two rubber gaskets are not in the transmission. So this is the actual part from the dealer. I got it for $60 because I had a 20% off discount and free shipping. So considering the aftermarket parts are maybe $40, $45, might as well get the OEM if you can get a good price. But pretty much every dealer I saw them for 70 or 80. So that's the new piece. When you get it out, you're gonna have to take off, or at least move one of this line here, because the old either piece has got the bend S curves in it, so it's hard to get around there. So just pop this off the little harness there, and then just maneuver your way out of there. So now I'm going to install it, and obviously it's going to be the reverse of installing or removing it. So that's it for right now. Okay, so I got it back together. There's obviously the new connections. They just snap right on, no problem. And there is going to be that little gap, and that's where that tool fits into. So there's two lips, one here, one behind there that you can't see. But they just snap right in there, so that's good. I would wipe everything down so that you can see if there's any leaks. So get rid of anything you spilled, so that when you turn it on and everything, you can easily see. And here is the bottom one, and I did find it was, as long as you get a good grip on the nut with the wrench, you can come at it from this angle or from down below. Just be careful not to strip it, obviously. And what I did was, put those in hand tight, which was able to get me a couple turns, both on this one and the one up top. And then you just want to be careful not to strip it or have any resistance when you're putting it in there. Make sure those little black gaskets are on that one and the one on the top. Then they clip down into, it's hard to see because I'm so close, but the bottom one clips into here. I was trying to put it into here at first. So it goes here and here. It moves around a little bit, and then you can just put the plastic shield back on. I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna drive around a little bit, make sure there's no leaks or anything, but then the plastic shield just screws up there, and those little clips go back up in there. So not horrible job. It's just a little time consuming getting the old part out of there, because you gotta move a few things and getting the new one in there. Just making sure that these are straight when you go in there. Just take your time doing that. And then that tool, $10. The part, 50 to 70, $80, something like that. And I just put the old fluid that I spilled back into the transmission because and there's a lot of debate on whether or not you can use old transmission fluid. But I had just I had changed the fluid not too long ago, so it's fairly clean. All right, that's it, and that's it. Good luck.